Hey, me, Callie Carroll. Good morning, sunshine.
Morning, sunshine. Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, sunshines. Daily dose of perspective.
Good morning, sweet baby sunshines. Good morning, sunshines. Let's get started.
11 years has passed and 11 more will. That's my thought of the day. So I'm going to sleep last night and I'm laying there and I'm thinking about just like the things that we're told all the time, right? That life is quick, like things go by so quick, that things happen like so fast, and you're gonna turn around and it's like it's just passed with a blink of an eye, right? And you hear that and you're like, yeah, that's true. Like, oh wow, last year was so quick. Does anybody think that last year was quick? They're like, what happened in 2016? I swear it was just January last year. Anybody? Okay, I thought it went really quick. Maybe you guys didn't. Maybe it dragged on and on and on. I felt like it was a really fast year. And then I was my kids were downstairs. Maybe it was because they tucked me in and they're downstairs all playing. They're making movies and all sorts of cool Lego stuff. And I was thinking, I saw a post. And it's one of my friends, my old neighbor's daughter's birthday today. Happy birthday, Aubrey. And I saw that, and I'm sorry, I don't remember. It was because it just flashed really quick. It was either 26 or 28. And I was like, how? Like, she was just in high school. Like, we were just neighbors. She was in high school. Does anybody else feel like this? I'm like, how did that happen? Like, where did all that time go? And then I thought about it and I was like, dang. So I'm 37 years old. P.S. You don't know because I'm peach today. So maybe I look younger. Probably not. Whatever. So I was living in my old house and I was 26 years old. 26 years old at my old house. So I was younger than she is now when I was there. Do you guys ever have these realizations where like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this much like time has passed? So it just got my mind thinking. That was 11 years ago. I lived in my last home for a little over 11 years. And all of the different things that happened, all of the journey that we went through for the past 11 years. And, you know, I talked to you guys about doing an inventory of your life, of seeing where you're at. But a lot of times when I do that, I just see where I'm at right now. And I don't really like do an inventory of what the journey was. Like, where was I? You know, 11 years will pass. 11 years did pass when I was at the house. And where was I? And I was just, and I guess here's a question for you guys, since there are some of you on. I wasn't going to ask for participation, but where were you 11 years ago? So Jordan, Lauren, Vicky, if you're still on, Tanya, where were you 11? See, I can scroll through your little faces. Where were you guys 11 years ago? Like, were you, you don't have to say how old you are if you don't want to, but where were you working? How old were your babies? Did you have babies? Were you still in school? Have you retired since then? Like, just looking at where your life was at that point. So while you're writing that, if anybody's writing, maybe you're driving and watching this, so you're not writing. But when I look at that, so 11 years ago, I am, 26 years old. I'm in my new house. I'm just having my son. My daughter's 2 years old. And that's crazy because that does seem forever ago. Yet here I am, like all this time passed like this. And I went through a lot of adventures through that time, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of good times, a lot of hard times. It has been like a crazy journey, but it's been a quick journey. Like 11 years passed, they are gone. So this is my mind. I don't know if I can get you guys into my mindset, but I'm laying there thinking, holy crap, those years are gone. They're like nothing, like nowhere around. Oh, here we're getting some answers. So child and single, they're child-free, single, right? That changes everything. Elementary school, I love it. So we've got some babies on here. Great in Kansas, in your own house, had 2 kids, just married. It's like, right? Okay, so imagine what those times were for you, and now see the journey that you've gone through over the last 11 years. I chose 11 years for a reason. So over the last 11 years, what's happened in your life since that? Like, what's happened? You do an inventory right now, but what's happened good? What's happened bad? I think that a lot of the bad, it happens to create lessons for us, right? A lot of the challenges that you might have gone through was something to create a better you now. That's what I like to think. My glass is always half full, right? And there might have been some ups and downs. And with those downs, what did you learn? Regardless, though, my full thought process, my whole heart was sitting there, and it was like on my chest, like, holy crap, like, these 11 years are gone. My babies are no longer babies. I'm never going to have that stage, right? I've got a 10 and a 12-year-old. And as my other moms that are out there, when your kids are a little bit older, you guys can relate to this. Like, it's crazy what that makes you feel, right? Just the absoluteness of change. And then I thought about it and I was like, okay, so here I am, my new house, at a point where I'm really focused on my future and creating an exact plan, my prosperity plan of what I want in my life. And 11 more years are going to pass. like this, like the last 11 did. It's not going to be like like you have all the time in the world. Do you ever wake up and you're like, oh, I've got all the time in the world. Like, I know that I want to achieve this, but I'm just going to take a pass today. Like, I've got so much time, right? Another day passes. I'm not going to work out. I've got so much time. I'm not going to fill in the blank here with what one of your dreams are, maybe with one of the things that you're going after. Fill in the blank there. And when you want to go after, you're like, you know what? Not today. Like, I've got all the time in the world. But here's me laying there, like 11 years is gone, and the next 11 years are going to breeze by. So then I started to visualize, and I'm doing a lot of visualizations, and a lot of, if you guys were seeing before, where we're writing down your like prosperity plan. And last week I talked about how it's okay to want for things. It's okay to go after more success, because when you're going after more, you are giving more, you're serving more. When you're contributing, you're getting things back. When you give, you get, right? So I was looking at that, and in that, really designing your life and what you're wanting for the next however many years of your life. So let's specifically say 11. And when I was doing that before, I was I know that I was getting into my head and I was really like thinking about what I'd like. But then when I put it into the reality of the time's going to pass no matter what, the next 11 years are going to be here. So we just did an activity where a lot of my friends posted where they were 11 years ago. So if you guys are just jumping on, where was your life at 11 years ago? Your family situation, your kids, maybe how old you are, maybe not, maybe where you lived, what your job was. I don't know, maybe you were young and crazy still. Maybe you were 8 years old, like my friend Jordan there. And then now flip the switch. Okay. So now think about this. And this is where my heart really got like, oh my God, 11 more years are going to pass, and they're going to pass just as quickly. So where are you going to be when you're 11, like 11 years old, 11 years from now? My brain's still kind of funky. So now, if you did the past one, I want you guys to do the next one. Visualize yourself 11 years from now. How old are your kids going to be? How old are you going to be maybe? Where do you see yourself? Like, what does life look like for you? And it's easy just to know like age. That's why I say that. So like for me, I'm going to be 48 years old in 11 years. Like I'm thinking about them like, holy crap, like I'm going to be 48. My babies are going to be 23 and 21, like done with school, well, one of them done with school, whatever, right? So they're going to be at a point of their life where they are grown-ups out in the world in just 11 more years. So to look at this little baby span of my life and what happened then, and then the next 11 years, that passed, this is going to pass. And it like, I don't know, like you guys really have to get into your own head about this, because it's probably not making sense just listening to me. But the fact is that these years are going to pass no matter what. The last 11 passed, and these next ones are going to pass. And they're going to go quick. So here's the point of this whole thing, is if all that time's going to pass, and all that time did pass, what did you do with your last 11 years? What did you do that you're super proud of, that you're excited about? What did you overcome maybe? What growth are you intentionally bringing to your own life? That's a really good way to look at it. What growth in the last 11 years are you intentionally bringing to your own life? What have you done in the last 11 years to make yourself a better person, a more positive person, a more contributive person, a more serving person, a happier person, someone with more confidence, someone with just something to give to the world? What have you done in the past 11 years? I had beautiful children, going to contribute like through my babies. I've worked on ups and downs in relationships. I've learned a lot more about how to create relationships. I've started to learn a lot more about working with other individuals and where they're at. So what have you done in the last 11 years? And have you had a lot of growth? And if you don't like the answer, if you don't like the review, if there's only a couple things you can pick out, then maybe there's a turning point between the last 11 and the next 11, right? So this could be your turning point, is what I was going after. This could be where you look at your last 11 years, what was great, what wasn't great, how much growth did you have, and really review that. Are you happy with what that was? Because here's the deal, time, like no matter what, the next 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, the next 11 years is going to pass, no matter what. Hopefully, right? Hopefully we're all blessed enough to be here for the next 11 years. So all that time is going to pass. What are you going to spend your time doing? Are you going to spend your time taking another day, making excuses, not making something happen? Are you going to take another day, just being complacent and putting up with what situation you're in? Are you going to spend another day whining or griping about what's going on in the world around you? Are you going to spend another day feeling sorry for yourself of where you're at? Are you going to review the last 11 years and man, that just wasn't really that great, and now I've got another 11 that I have to do? People live like that, right? People live in that space of negativity and misfortune. And fortunately, that's a choice that we get to make to absolutely go the other direction. Forget the misfortune, forget everything that's happened. If you don't like the last 11 years, if you don't like what happened, I cannot stop reading your guys' comments. I absolutely love it. If you do not like what was going on, then it's time for you to make a switch. And it starts as it's work. It's going to be work if you decide to make the switch. And it is going to be so much more fun because the 11 years is going to pass. It might as well be something that passes with excitement and adventure and growth. Something where you just get, a Monday morning, guys, I woke up this morning jacked up. You would have think that I had 4 liftoffs, 5 teas. And this weekend was a crazy long weekend. My brain was done. I was done. And I woke up I just can't wait for life. Because I choose to live that, because I know that in the next 11 years, I can do anything. I can make anything happen. I can achieve absolutely anything I put my mind to. I can accomplish anything. I can have anything. I really do sincerely believe I can do anything. I do. With everything else that's even going on in my life right now, I know that I can do that. And I know that the 11 years are going to pass, so why not make them incredible? Why not make them full of adventure? Why not go after all of the things that are before me? Why not go after all the things that are before you and make this year ridiculous, right? So that was my thoughts. That's about it, guys. I was going to bed, had some thoughts about where I was 11 years ago. If you guys haven't yet shared on here where you were 11 years ago, Russ is going to be running a global fitness company from his laptop because that gives him a lot of time freedom, right? As well as financial freedom, I'm sure. So where were you then? What have you accomplished over the last years? And are you truthfully, be real with yourself. Be real. Are you ecstatic about the last 11 years? Are you? And I feel so blessed. Remember, there's a difference between feeling blessed and having gratitude for what you've been given, because you should always do that, right? There was a lot, I don't care if you had a shit show of the last 11 years. There's gratitude that you have on the table for what happened to you, because those different things happened to you for a reason, and they're creating the person that you get to be today. So whatever those were, you have gratitude and appreciation for what that was, and then you move forward in growth. But be real with yourself. Are you completely 100% happy? And I don't want to just say happy, because happiness is terrific, but I want to be fired up, excited. Maybe that's just me. I'm a little nuts, okay? So, but are you completely ecstatic about what those years were? And then evaluate, see yourself. I want you guys to do this for me. So, and if you don't want to do it on here, that's fine. Do it somewhere else. Write down where you were 11 years ago and all of the different things, your ups and downs throughout that time, and then do an assessment. So you have this timeline, right? Here's where I was. This time I had some ups and downs. Assessment. Here's where I'm at today with a happy, ecstatic with this side, okay? And then I want you to visualize 11 years from now. Here's how old I am. I'm 48 years old. My kids are 23 and my kids are 23 and 21. Where do I see my business and my life? Because if I do what I did, and if I am who I was for the last 11 years, this cycle is going to repeat. And I am very appreciative for my last 11 years, and I loved having my babies. I love the stages. I love a lot of things about it. But I do not want to go through some of the things that I went through in the last 11 years. I want to focus on more positive growth and long-term, just all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to really go into that because that will take me 2 more hours here, and I want to wrap this up. So what do you want for this next 11 years? And if you decide that this side wasn't everything that you wanted it to be, then decide today that you're going to make a freaking change. And stop making excuses for not making a change. Get up, get out there, write down your goals, figure out what you want, and start going after something more, something new, something different. It's going to start with changing yourself. It's going to start with changing your own mind. It's going to start with waking up and doing some personal development, doing a miracle morning routine, doing a little fitness, doing some meditation, doing some affirmations, some gratitude, guys. That sort of thing can completely change your life. So I'm going to keep beating this into you guys, hopefully over the next full year. of why you should be going after more, why you deserve more, and what a life of that can look like. If you can do that for yourself, if you can just make the change for this next 30 days to decide to send me a message. I want to join your Miracle Morning group. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Put me in the group and you can start reading. You can start doing something positive for yourself and see what happens between now and 30 days, how your mindset starts to shift, how your insights start to shift, how you start to feel more like gratitude for everything that you're experiencing, but also wanting to go after more. And then let's start planning out what the next 11 years are going to be. So that's my encouragement today, guys. 11 years have passed. Done. They're gone. They passed. They were fast. They're right. Like, I just cannot believe what has happened over like that amount of time. But then 11 more years is going to pass. How old are you going to be? What's going to happen? Are you going to create success in that? And then I did this last one. I'm like, okay, so I'm 48. Guess what? Just one more of those cycles. This was a little baby cycle of my life. Another cycle, I'm 48. Another cycle, I'm 59, right? My kids have kids. Like, this is where we're at. One more cycle, I'm 70 years old. 59, 60, 70. Okay, that's just 3 more of what I've gone through. In the last 11 years were so dang fast. If I only have 3 more of those, they better be the next like awesome 3 cycles that I could ever possibly freaking create, because then I'm gonna be gone. And I need to do as much as I can and live as much as I can, enjoy as much as I can while I'm here. So this is why I say work hard, play hard. Guys, live for today, live for tomorrow. 11 years are gone, 11 more will pass. What are you gonna do with them? That's my question to you guys. If you wanna join the Miracle Morning group, let me know. That is open for you. I'm gonna keep trying to do as much motivation for you guys as you can, but if you're needing help with anything or maybe just some insight in life, this is what I wanna get into. This is what I wanna do more of, so please reach out. I am there for you guys. Thank you so much, Callie Carroll.
Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how we impact more lives. All right, see you next time.